Welcome to Black Friday. So, this is our yearly stream that we do where we share Black Friday deals for content creators with you. So, if you are somebody that is one, like pumped about Black Friday in terms of saving a bunch of money on stuff that you're probably going to get anyway, then this stream is for you. But also, if you're going to be introduced to some things that are new, or some things that you might not know about yet as a content creator, then you're also going to enjoy this stream because we've got a load of stuff in. And for the first part of the stream, I'm going to just let you know what the deals are, just give you a brief overview of each individual thing. And then after that, we're going to be on here for a little bit today. And the reason I'm going to do the demos is because some of the things, I just want to make sure that I do show you bubble mic. Okay, that's not great news. I wonder if it was just a sound effect that I had. Is it better now? It's underwater light. Yep, go StreamYard. Great. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to just kind of switch some things up here really fast. Okay, we're going to switch that, see if that made any difference at all, and make sure that we are and the echo cancellation. How about now? Is it better? All right. Yeah, we are seeing if this is better. Hey, Eileen, what's going on? Better. Okay, so I had my echo cancellation on, so that was a total user error. That was totally 100% me. I was gonna blame it on the software, but yeah, totally 100% me. So thanks for that feedback here as we were getting started. But what I was saying is, welcome to Black Friday. I've got a bunch of stuff in here for you. So if there's tools that you've been thinking about getting, or if you're like, hey, I just want to know what's available out there for Black Friday for content creators, maybe there's something on this list that's going to help me. This is the stream for you because everybody has done tons of, like if you hop into YouTube search and you look for creator deals, one of the things you're going to see is everybody's talking about cameras. So because of that, I'm talking about all the other things that help you with what it is that you do. There is a little bit of gear related things in here, but a lot of this is things that either one, you probably haven't heard of before, two, things that you're either going to need now or on your future journey as a content creator. And I'm just going to go ahead and get into them. So one of the things that I mentioned when we had the Garbly audio was that first, I'm just going to go through the list so that if you are just wanting to know the things that are on the list, that I'm just going to give you a brief overview of each individual thing. And then we're going to go through, we're going to do some demos on some of the items so that you can, just kind of see, see what's there. And one of them actually that I forgot to add that I'm going to do right here is another box. Let's see here. And we're just going to pull this one up as we go here. But this is going to be a really casual stream today so that we can, just kind of get into this and we can, share, all of this stuff. So here we go. Okay, so the very first thing that we have on the list today, and I just want to remind everybody of this. So the first two things are just free forever for content creators. And I just want to, just remind you of these things just in case you haven't been introduced to them before. The very first is Creator Mix. It's a free service that we have for YouTube content creators. You can play the music in their backgrounds. You can kind of like you might hear some music playing in mine right now. But you can play, music in the background. You can, stream it in the background. You can do any of that. You can use it in courses, podcasts, anything like that, without having to worry about any copyright restrictions. So with that, currently, there are, it's like 100 and something songs in here, but I think it equates to 8 hours worth of royalty-free music in different genres. And here in 2025, I think Dee's going to be adding to this as well. So just make sure that you do bookmark that and that you do go ahead and put that on your list for, just options that you have available for you in all of the, in all the music that you do, use in your YouTube videos. The next thing that I do want to remind you that is free for content creators is, and this is something new. This is from me, just in case you haven't ran into this yet, because I haven't made any dedicated content on this yet. I'm just kind of lightly promoting it. But basically it's called Creator Keyboard. And with Creator Keyboard, what this is, and let me change the screen here, and we are just going to do the whole window to make this easy on me. So there we go. So what Creator Keyboard is it is a app for your iOS device, and it allows you to manage repetitive comments. So I'll do a demo on this later, but basically with this particular app, it just makes it super easy. If you have a lot of things that you repeat a lot in your content, to where, you know, you have people ask you very specific questions, or you have people reaching out to you in DMs, or you reach out to others in DMs, and you have very specific things that you're just always saying all the time. With Creator Keyboard, you can type it once and then you don't have to type it anymore. You just hit a button and then you can put a whole block of text in there instead of having to type out that block of text every single time. So you can get that at creatorkeyboard.com. The next thing that I want to let you guys know about is some of these you might already be familiar with, but they are, you know, running deals on them. So I am going to, you know, let you know, is if you are somebody that clips content, or you are looking for an easy way to get content out onto TikTok or out onto Instagram or any other vertical platform or even landscape platform that you're just not taking advantage of it right now, Opus Clip, they are having a deal, and I believe it is 40% off of the first month, but they are having a huge promotion right now where their Pro plan, you can save 50%. Now, this has been running, I think, for like a month already, but with this, you can save 50% on their Pro plan, which is great. So if you have tried Opus Clip in the past, like when they first came out and you're like a gaming creator, or you're another type of creator and you're like, yeah, this wasn't really, you know, what I was, what I was expecting, now, or I thought it would be better. They've done a complete overhaul on the back end of it, and it is way better now. So go and check it out. You can find this at opus.pro. I've got a link to everything I'm going to be talking about. If you go to the link at the very top of the description, that takes you to a page and it has everything in there to make it all easy for you. Opus Clip is a great way to just upload or share a link from your YouTube video or your live stream or your podcast, and then it will give you a bunch of clips that you can use all over the place, which is fantastic. The next thing, and you may have heard me, if you saw my latest video, you probably heard me talk about this because I had a pretty big segment about it at the very beginning, but it's called Creative Fuel. With Creative Fuel right now, they are doing, let's see here, and I'm just going to go ahead and drop this. I should be dropping these links into the chat as I go. So with this one, with Creative Fuel, because you have to actually click this link for this, but they are doing a deal to where it's normally $228 is their current pricing plan, but they're doing it where it's $49 per year. This is a new tool. They're trying to get more people in there. Hey, what's going on, Chris? They're trying to get more people in here using it so they can fine tune it, make it better, and get your feedback and all those types of things. So because of that, they're doing like a blowout in terms of the deal that they have for this. But with this, hey, thanks, Doug. I appreciate that. But with this, Creative Fuel helps you in a bunch of different ways. The whole idea with this is that it's an ideation tool. So it helps you come up with great video ideas. And I'm going to demo this as well here a little bit later in the stream. But again, we're going through the list here quickly, and then we're going to go into the demos just in case you're wanting to get the information first. But if you want to come up with an endless amount of video ideas, oh, great. Did I put the wrong link in there? Page not found. That's great. Okay. Yeah, I think I just shared the wrong link. It's okay. Just go to creativefuel.ai. It's fine. You don't have to do that link. Just use that one instead. But basically, oh, I'm sorry. But make sure you put the /Black Friday at the end. There we go. And then don't worry about the affiliate stuff in the background. Just use creativefuel.ai/Black Friday. And then that will take you to this page right here to where you can get it for $49 per year. But again, I'm going to demo this later in the stream so you can see what it does. But it's really cool. Quick overview. It's where you can be on YouTube. I'm just going to go over to here real quick so you can see. And then I've got this little icon right here. And if I click on this, I can reimagine it for my channel. I can pull information from his comment section, and I can, get video ideas from his comment section just by clicking on a button here, which is pretty cool. But when I reimagine it for my channel, this little thing slides over here on the side panel. And then it basically is just giving me different ways that I might be able to use this based on the information that it knows about my channel, which is pretty cool. But that is at creativefuel.ai/Black Friday. The next thing that we are going to talk about here is, if you watch my content at all, you hear me talk about TubeBuddy. If you have been in the creator space and making videos for any amount of time, you've ran into TubeBuddy as well. They're also doing a Black Friday deal like they do every single year. With this, you get 50% off of their Pro plans and their Legend plans. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead. Doug just put it in there. Thank you, Doug. But yeah, so with this one, what TubeBuddy is, it is a tool for content creators. They have A/B testing in there, so you can test your thumbnails. So YouTube currently has an A/B testing feature as well. But the thing, hey Roger, what's going on, man? The thing with YouTube's is it's great because, you know, it's changing everything up per impression. But the difference with TubeBuddies is, let's say that you are a content creator that goes after YouTube search. What YouTube is doing is, with their thumbnail testing tool, is they're looking more at the recommendation system. Like, hey, when we show this to people, how are people, you know, responding, you know, to this in terms of how long they're watching your videos and so on. And because of that, you know, they're not giving you anything strategic really that you can do with it. There's no reporting, there's no additional information. So with TubeBuddy, the difference is with their A/B testing tool is, let's say you are a content creator that is search-based. Well, with it being search-based, one of the, if you're targeting search, is with TubeBuddy, it'll tell you. It says, hey, this thumbnail performs better in YouTube search, or this thumbnail performs better on home pages, or this thumbnail performs better on suggested video. And it doesn't just say it performs better. It says viewers clicked this more compared to the impressions, like this much more. It tells you that, you know, viewers, when they hit this, when they clicked on this thumbnail, they watched for a longer period of time compared to the other videos, and that sort of information. So it gives you like actual full reports. But what they're doing is they are giving the 50% off sale. So this applies to new accounts, of course, but you can get that at tubebuddy.com tubebuddy.com/Black Friday, or no, /pricing. Or if you want to do my affiliate link, it's in the description as well. Next up, for those of you that are, you know, that watch my videos on a regular basis, you're already familiar with Roberto Blake. So he has a promo that he's doing for his YouTube Starter Kit bundle and for his Brand Deal Starter Kit bundle. Both of these have the things in them that just kind of help you get going, right? In terms of like some thumbnail templates, helps you write better titles in terms of giving you proven formulas that typically work out to where you just fill in the blanks in terms of the subjects. But with his particular promotion that he's doing, all you have to do is you put in holiday 30, and I'm just going to drop that here in the chat as well. But you put in holiday 30. And for this, you just go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, and I'm just going to go ahead and paste this in here as well. But Doug's already on it. So with the YouTube Starter Kit, if that's something that you're interested in, this is all going to be at a discount for you of 30% off. So if you have been interested in these things from Roberto, or if you are wanting these things from Roberto, you can now save 30%. And again, just to remind you of what they are. So in the starter pack, he's got YouTube packs. So they're Photoshop templates for 100 different thumbnails, 100 different video ideas, free fonts, gear guides, software guides, monetization guides, channel checklists, thumbnail checklists, channel artwork templates, in-card templates, graphical in-card templates, live stream templates, royalty-free background music, that sort of thing. And in the Brand Deal Starter Kit bundle, he has a list of 100 brands for sponsored content, 100 plus brands, Influencer Brand Deals pricing guide, because when it comes to brand deals, a lot of people don't know where to get started when it comes to pricing. He has a brand safety guidelines checklist to make sure that you are compliant and playing by the rules, so to speak. A sponsored disclosure guidelines, which is a legal thing that you need to do. Media kit templates, email swipe files for reaching out to brands, and a list of brand deal managers, just to name a handful of the things that are in there. But again, if you use the coupon code holidays30, then you can get 30% off of these items as well. Next up, and I don't think that I have this one here, so let me get this over into this window real quick. If you are somebody that records your screen in any capacity, Camtasia currently has a promotion where they are doing 25% off of the first year on everything they have. So they have Snagit, which is like a kind of like a screenshot tool, you know, for like if you're doing tutorials, you're taking a lot of screenshots of stuff or any type of educational content, you're doing a lot of screenshots. Camtasia is great for all of that, and all of their tools will help you with those things. But with Camtasia itself, that's the one that I use. And I use it to do all of my screen recordings because it allows me to record the screen at whatever size that I want. It allows me to zoom in. It allows me to mark on the actual screen while I'm doing the screen recording or after the fact. It allows me to highlight very specific parts of my screen recording, and it basically makes it to where the screen recording is a lot more dynamic, because when it comes to screen recordings, a lot of people will do their screen recordings with, move this, there we go. A lot of people will do their screen recordings with something like OBS. And the downside of that is it's recording everything, but then when you get it in your video editor and then you start zooming into things, it starts pixelating and blurring everything out a lot. With their technology and the way that they record everything, you can zoom in quite a bit without degrading the footage. And if you have a big screen, then in that particular case, you can get even better footage. But when it comes to Camtasia, if you are making any type of content where you have, where you're recording anything on screen, what's cool about it is it's recording your screen. It'll record your camera at the same exact time. It'll record your microphone at the same exact time. And then when you're finished, everything is already perfectly aligned in the timeline. And then you just go in there and you just start cutting away at it. And then from there is where you choose, okay, I want to zoom in on this part. I want to have it circle something, things like that. But it's a really amazing tool. And it's, it kind of makes your screen recordings fancy. It's kind of an easy way to, to say that about Camtasia. But when it comes to Camtasia, with their particular deal, again, I have a link to that at the very top of the screen, but I'm just going to go ahead and drop this. This is too long. I'm just going to do this to make it easy here. And then here, you're going to have to navigate to it because I had an actual tracking link that took you straight to this page. I'm just going to click on this and see if it does that. Okay, yeah, it still takes you to that page. Great. Okay, so with that, I just put that link in there as well to go to Camtasia. Next up, we have Uscreen. So what Uscreen is Uscreen is a course software. So if you want to, make more money from your content, a lot of people will choose a course as an option for the way to do that. So they'll provide some type of specific extra value for their viewers, and then they'll put it behind a paywall essentially to where it's like, hey, if you want this exclusive content, or if you want to, learn or whatever the thing is, then in that particular case, then, you would send them to your own video site essentially, and then they can pay, and then they can get access to all of your exclusive content. Content creators use this in a bunch of different ways. So for example, some people just use it as a course to where they're like, hey, here's all the things that I'm going to be sharing with you. And then they'll have like a full, course. And then other people use it as a way to give exclusive content, like entertainment channels, for example. Other people will do it like yoga, for example, to where they turn it into like an entire yoga studio, essentially, to where they have all of the different things that you need to know about yoga. And it's not like Kajabi, where it has kind of that course vibe to it. It actually feels like a video site when you're in there. So it's just a different experience compared to a lot of the other course creation softwares out there. Next, and you can get the information for that one at uscreen.tv/power launch kit is what this very particular thing is. And with this, you get 50% off for 6 months to help you get started with your first course. So then this way, when you go in there to try it. And again, I've got affiliate links if you do want to hook me up with an affiliate commission for some of these, not all of them. But I have a link at the top of the chat if you do want to go in that way, if there is anything that I say that you happen to be interested in. Or it's fine. You can just click on the links that we drop in the chat too, if not. But when it comes to their 50% off deal for 6 months, the whole idea is that if you're somebody that that wants to put a course together, or you just want to see if your audience will respond to it, then this will help you be able to do that without breaking the bank, so to speak. KMH family, what's going on? Hope you're doing great. Next up on our list is, and this is one that you probably have never heard of before, but this is a hardware thing. So this one is called Editor's Keys. So with Editor's Keys, it is customized keyboards for your video editing software and for your music software if you happen to be, into music. So I have one of these. I've got one of them right here because I also use Adobe Premiere. And with this, it's got all the shortcuts on here. So I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm just gonna hold it up and see if you can see the details here. But basically you can see here all of the keyboard shortcuts, right? And I got my photo on there too. But you can see right here all the keyboard shortcuts for Adobe Premiere. And then with this, I've also got the same exact thing over on my other computer too, my music machine. And over on that one, it basically, let's see, it's a Logic keyboard. So it's this particular, nope, not that one. It's this one here is the one that I have, let's see, is the backlit version. Yeah, I think it's this one. Nope, Logic, yeah, Logic Pro, it's this one right here. But it's backlit. So me, if you can't tell, like I'm always in kind of like, if I'm sitting here working, as long as I'm not making videos or if I'm doing music or something, I keep the lights low and kind of have chill mode going on. I just like that vibe or prefer that vibe. So having like the backlit keyboard in the music area, it's fantastic. So then all the buttons are lit up, so to speak, and then they have lines around them and all that. So it doesn't, so you can still find everything you need even in low light, which is pretty cool. But you can find that at editorskeys.com, and Doug dropped a link to that into the chat. Next up, because you are a video creator, this is one that you may or may not find useful, but I wanted to share it with you because they are having a promotion about it. So I almost picked up a pair of these when I was in the States, but I just couldn't find the ones that I liked for my face because I'm really particular about glasses. But next time I go, I'm probably going to get some. I would order them here, but they just won't ship them here. But with these, what they are, just in case you're not familiar with these, is if you look right here, let me open up my sketch tool here. If you look right here, you see that they have little cameras right here. So this is cool if you're doing like any type of like DIY woodworking content or any type of DIY content at all. If you want that, that first person view to where your glasses are on and then they see your hands. Oh yeah, Jerry right here, he says he has these glasses. They're a game changer for me. So the idea is it allows you to give like a full first person view. So, your hands aren't tied up or anything like that. And it's taken from the perspective of your face, right? So a lot of people will use GoPros and they'll mount them on their chest, or they'll use the case with a magnet on the back and they'll connect it to their shirt of their phone. And typically that's, still puts you in this area right here. The cool thing about these, which is why I want to get them, as well, is because the lens is up here, it's right there with your eyes. So if you are, reviewing something or you're building something or you're trying to document something in some way, this allows you to get that real, like, hey, this is what it looks like coming out of my eyeballs type of vibe to it. They're really cool. But I've looked into them a ton and I'm going to get some. I just haven't got them yet because I couldn't find the right ones for me when I was at Best Buy when I was in America last time. But you can find these at meta.com/smartglasses. I think, Doug dropped it in the chat as well. And really quick, some feedback on this. Jerry says, I tested them for a video about how to make classic beverage and it gave me another angle to switch to and the video is very clear. Yeah, that's cool too. Like just giving you, a second angle from what it is that you're doing. And you can just make sure that you get all of the, all of the footage that you kind of need, which is pretty cool. Next up, so if you've been watching my content for any amount of time, you've heard about this one too, but they are also having a Black Friday deal. So this one is TubeSpanner, and what TubeSpanner is it is a workflow tool for content creators. So TubeSpanner, it's an all-in-one toolkit. It helps you plan, produce, and promote your content. When it comes to TubeSpanner, it helps you with your thumbnails. They have a link in bio tool, which is cool. Like I'll show you mine really quick. nicknewman.com/bio. And their promotion is you get 40% off of their max plan for your first year. For this, all you have to do is type Black Friday and don't put the space in the middle, but you type Black Friday into the coupon area or the coupon code area at checkout. But basically, this is mine. What it is, it's essentially like a link tree. But the cool thing here is you can customize the colors for all these. You can also add photos if you want to. You can add videos to this, which is pretty cool. And you can add, your profile picture, put like a little blurb in here, all that good stuff. And you can even add a background image if you want. I used to have a background image in here, but the one I uploaded was huge and I just haven't gotten around to making a patterned version of it yet. So because of that, it's just a plain background right now. But this is just a great way to kind of connect all of your social media accounts. So you have the one link, and then you can put that in your YouTube bio, put it in your TikTok bio, your Instagram bio, and so on. And it just makes it easy for people to, find all the other things that you do, for your most engaged viewers. But when it comes to TubeSpanner, they do have a lot of AI features as well, like an AI script writing tool. And I know when it comes to AI script writing, not everybody is into that whole thing, but one of the ways that they like to explain it, because, you're a content creator, they understand that. And one of the ways that they like to explain it is it can give you a head start. If you're like, man, I want to make a video about this, but I don't really know kind of, how to start it or, kind of what to put into it. You can use their AI script writer just to give you some of the meat of the video, to where it just gives you some ideas on places that you can start, or you can have it write the whole thing and just read it, word for word as well. But they also allow you to post directly to social media. They have a content planner in there, all kinds of really, cool and helpful stuff for you as a content creator. But one of the things that that I find extremely useful is, you see me using this thing all the time. This right here to mark on the screen. So this is also a part of TubeSpanner. It's part of their browser extension. And when it comes to their browser extension, let me kind of change the view here real quick. So when it comes to their browser extension, let me go over to YouTube real quick so you can kind of see this in action here. So they have some cool things, like when you are, let me do this real quick. Oh, looks like we are having some issues here. Okay, so we'll just move on with that. Hold on, let me just refresh real quick. There we go. So with their browser extension, they have something called an upload assistant in here, and you can also use this on the back end while you're uploading videos. But one of the cool things about the upload assistant is I have a bunch of pre-made video descriptions for different things that I do. So for example, when I do one of my regular live streams, during the upload process, what I'll do, or while I'm actually, getting the stream ready, and this works on StreamYard as well, by the way, if you're a StreamYard user, once you have it installed, it'll actually show up there and you can use it there also. But basically, if I'm doing a stream on my channel, then I just tap this button right here, and it is my pre-made description, and you can see it automatically imports everything. So YouTube already has something called upload defaults, to where you can set that up for free in your settings, to where every time you upload a video, it has like a pre-made template that you make and that it shows up in your videos. The cool thing about this is that you can set up a bunch of different ones, and then you can apply them to whatever it is that you need. In addition to that, there's also this smart link area. So like, let's say, for example, I'm doing a video as an affiliate, and I'm like, okay, I need to put an affiliate disclaimer in this particular video. Then I have under the smart links here to where, let me zoom in here real quick. I have under the smart links here where I can say like, oh, affiliate disclaimer. Bam, and then I hit that, and then it adds it down here to the description. So this is one of those things to where you just type it out one time, and then you can just add it, whenever it is that you need it, throughout everything it is that you're doing. Same thing for any links, any hashtags, anything like that you want to add. You can do all that here. Another thing is, because everybody always recommends, that myself included, that you add links to other videos down in your video description too. You can see right here that as you hover over these, you can just quickly find videos that you want to add to your video description as well, so that you can make sure that everything that you are adding is relevant to the video that the viewer is watching, which is pretty cool. But another thing you can do is you can also share your content out to social media platforms. So if you wanted to go ahead and share your video out to X as an example, or LinkedIn, you can connect your LinkedIn account to this, your Facebook account, and you can share your content out that way. There's a planner here to where if you wanted to post content out, on a schedule here, you can do that as well. And then they also have an AI assistant as part of the browser extension, where you can get actions listed below, see objectives, click here. Okay. But basically here, what you can do, we'll do that later. What you can do is you can actually talk to AI here, and it's actually looking at your content and things like that to kind of give you some advice there. But they have a bunch of different tools for TubeSpanner, a bunch of different things that can help you with your YouTube channel. But you can try that out at tubespanner.com. If you put a /Nick after it, then of course I will get a, a commission there as well. Next up, and this is a pretty big deal, this particular one, because a lot of people want to go to VidSummit, but they can't for whatever reason. Either they're busy with their, they can't get off work, or they have other obligations, or the price, or whatever the thing is. They're actually having a promotion here for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, where you can get 88% off of 11 years worth of VidSummit replays. So just for some perspective here on how much information this is, and this is all content focused stuff. So if we look into here, like this is actually, you can see the timestamps here. Sorry. So here we got 50 minutes here, 51 minutes here, an hour here, 45 minutes here, 51 minutes here, 52 minutes here, 51 minutes here. But if we go through this, look at all of this and all of these amazing creators that, we got Preston Plays, we got Hope Scope, we got Matt, Pat, and Stephanie in here. We've got Colin and Samir, we've got Daniel Batal, and Gabby, are also in here. We got Roberto Blake, myself, Daryl Eves. I mean, I could just sit here and list people, but if I'm just going to do a slow scroll of all of the people that are sharing information or that have shared information at VidSummit that you can use to learn how to be a better content creator, grow your channel more effectively, tell better stories. There's information in here about, brand deals and deep dive information about, making sure that you're making the right moves when it comes to brand deals and, all the right things that you should be doing, how to have successful live streams, like anything, how to protect your YouTube channel. Like if there's an issue that you're going to have as a content creator or something you're trying to figure out or try, there's an answer for it in here at VidSummit. So with this, basically you have 11 years of VidSummit replays for only $149. Normally these are $199 per year, and you've got 11 years worth of content here. And as you can see, it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. So I don't know exactly how many hours this is of content, but it is a ton of content in here. But you can find that at I think Doug put the link in here. If not, then I'm just going to grab it and paste it in here as well. But seriously, like if you've never been able to go to VidSummit and you're like, man, I would like to get the, the information or just the replays, like this is going to be a game changer for you in terms of all of the information that you can pick up here. Keep in mind with this information, because there's so much, make sure that you're taking notes. And once you do get access to this, you have access to it forever. So since you have access to it forever, you can revisit this stuff at any time. Like even if, and this is why I just want to focus on this for a second, because we all know how important information and knowledge is, right? So with this, even if you are a content creator that is like, you're like, you know what, I haven't even like picked up momentum yet on my channel, I would still get this information because like everything that you're going to run into as a content creator has been solved here, and people that are experts in these very particular areas are in here sharing information on how to do very specific things around growing your influence as a content creator. So you can find this at VidSummit.com, or I've got the link in here as well. That's not an affiliate link or anything. It just has that code because that's where I grabbed it from. But with this, like I would say out of this list right here, this particular one should be a priority just because of the information that is a part of this. Let's see here. So really quick, thanks for the heads up, Roberto. I have to go in and make a quick adjustment here because I think I missed a question mark or something like that on one of my links. So I'm just going to go in and change that up really quick. But yeah, so far, because we're still going here, by the way, we still got a lot of stuff to go through. So now we're getting ready to get into more things that you probably haven't heard of before. But I just wanted to get through those particular things first, because I know with some of those things, you hear me talking about them a lot, in my live streams or on my channel. And for whatever reason, you just haven't been able to get them yet. So I just wanted to make sure that I did, bring those things to your attention first, so that you know that, you can get deals on those things right now. And give me 1 second here to get something worked out here. This is going to take me like 15 more seconds, I believe. Just hang tight with me if you don't mind. Yeah, thanks, Roberto. Yeah, I'm going in there and updating that right now. Yeah, it was the question mark. Ding. Okay, do that. Update that. Got it in there. Bam. Update. Yeah, that should work now. Fingers crossed. And it's going to put it up here just to make sure. Okay, yeah, it works now. Thank you for the heads up on that. So let's see here. So next up on the list, we have syllabi. Now, syllabi is something that that I'm going to guess that you probably haven't heard of before. You might have, because a lot of people talk about syllabi on TikTok and Instagram, but you can also use this for YouTube. Now, syllabi has a bunch of different tools that you can use here. And what syllabi is it's a lot of AI stuff. So this is going to be for certain types of creators, right? So when it comes to this particular tool, what it does is it makes faceless videos for you. It also has where they have avatars right down here. So if you wanted to have like a little insert into your content while let's say you're talking about something, and then you want somebody to pop up and say something that you want them to say, or just give some quick little news report on something you were talking about or something like that, then you can use an avatar from syllabi. And what you do is you just type in what it is that you want them to say, and then their AI will actually have them say it, and then you can download it, and everything looks real, looks like a real presenter. And the founder of this is a friend of mine, and one of the things that he's done with this is he's actually used this to create tons of authority accounts on all kinds of different topics. And he's making a lot of money off of like TikTok and Instagram and things like that, where people do respond well to the faceless content. Right now, they are in the process of rolling out. I think it's in beta. If not, it's right around the corner. But they're in the process of rolling out a really cool video animation side of this, to where the animations look like cartoons. Like when you're it's kind of like a realistic cartoon, like a Pixar type of cartoon. They're amazing. But with that, I'll probably be messing around with those particular things. When it comes to the AI avatars, I've been wanting to mess around with this too, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But when it comes to these particular items, it just helps you make that type of content. So like, let's say, for example, if you are somebody that's like, you know what, I would like to experiment with, possibly, starting another YouTube channel or a TikTok account or something like that, where I upload some of these faceless videos. Not only does he have the technology to actually build it, but he has support communities on Facebook and I think Discord as well, where he actually has a big group of people and everybody is like, hey, I'm making these and doing this, and this is what's working, this was what isn't. And they're basically helping people monetize this type of content, which is really cool. But with syllabi, they also do keyword research as well. So if you are somebody that does make search-based content, either for your business or for the type of content that you make, this can help you there as well. They also have some video editing tools that are built into this as well as some AI voice stuff. So if you are somebody that is kind of, starting to walk into the AI world and start to use, some of those tools, which you should have been already, by the way, but you're starting to use some of those tools. This is a great place to get started. And they're doing some really cool things here. And Austin, the guy that, that founded this, he's really open to feedback. He's trying to make it like the best tool for this type of thing. So, if you have feedback, he's open to it. And in his groups, he's like really hyper active in his groups, because he's trying to help, people use these, his tool in order to also, make money from what it is that they're doing. But, you can try this out for yourself at syllabi.io. And I'm just going to put that here. And I'm not sure if I added that to the other thing or not. Yeah, that AppSumo link isn't the correct link that he dropped in here. I just dropped in the correct link. I think that's a mistake on my part in the in that page over there. But with this, the deal for Black Friday is that you save 30% on all plans. So that's the deal for this. Next up, we have a service called Gyre. Now with Gyre, and just a heads up, I have no affiliate relationship or anything with Syllabi or Gyre. I'm just sharing these because they're running deals. So here with Gyre, and I'll drop a link to this one also. The thing with them is if you are a content creator that wants to do 24/7 live streams. So in the past, setting up a 24/7 live stream has been a huge technical hurdle for a lot of people, because in the past you would have to set up an account with a service like Obubble, which charges like $50 a month. And then you would have to log in to, there, and you would have to set up a virtual private server on their side. Then you would have to go in and install OBS and install like all this stuff. And then you would have to add everything to it and all that. They do everything for you here inside of an interface. So you can get it all set up and get yourself rocking and rolling. So the whole idea with this is that you can use it to run 24/7 live streams of pre-recorded videos. So you've probably seen a lot of content creators actually doing this on their channel. I know Roberto uses this particular tool for his 24/7 live stream, music live stream that he does. We're probably going to be using this to do the same thing on Creator Mix in 2025. And I might do some experiments with this on some other channels as well. But I did do, not with this, but with another service, I did a 24/7 live stream for another YouTube account. And I just ran it for a year just because I wanted to see what would happen. And on that particular YouTube account, I was able to grow that to 2,000 subscribers on that account from a 24/7 live stream before I, took the stream down. So with that, the idea that I'm trying to express here is that with a 24/7 live stream, the advantage of those is live stream is heavily weighted in YouTube's system as long as people are responding well to it, which is always the golden rule. But if people are, coming in and hanging out in the live stream and all of that, if somebody's looking around for things on YouTube around a topic that your live stream's about, by having a live stream going on about it, it's helping you, get more visibility as long as people are responding well to the content, because then YouTube will either recommend it to them, or people can also find it in YouTube search, because live streams are also heavily weighted in YouTube search as well. So because of that, if you are somebody that's been interested in live streaming, definitely give that a shot. And Roberto says use his affiliate link. Yeah, if you want to send that to, oh, never mind, he's already got it in there. Perfect. Yep, that works. Yeah, so you can use Roberto's affiliate link there, or you can go to Gyre.pro, either one, your call, whatever. But the deal here is that you get up to 40% off on the plans that they have here for Gyre. Next on the list, this is fun. Next on the list, we have AppSumo. Now, when it comes to AppSumo, one of the things that they are, like, the whole thing with AppSumo is they give discounts on a bunch of different software products and things like that. I've had sponsorships with them in the past. The founder of this is awesome, Noah Kagan. The whole team over there is really cool, and they're always looking for the best deals that are actually helpful, for people, because a lot of people use AppSumo as a resource site. So if people are looking for something, like, hey, I'm looking for a tool that does this. A lot of people hit AppSumo first because they have such a humongous list of good tools, and they give them at a discount. So when it comes to AppSumo, they are having a Black Friday sale here, where it has here, whether you're checking for missed deals or scouting for new favorites, we've got you covered. Remember, prices on new drops go up after 48 hours. So pick up these deals as soon as possible for the best price. Plus you get an extra 10% off for Black Friday. So don't miss out. So basically, out of everything that they've already discounted, you can also get an extra 10% off over here on anything that you pick up over here on AppSumo. But as I'm scrolling through here, you can see just on the Black Friday side of things, you can see there's a lot of different things that can help you in a lot of different ways over here. So so make sure that you do check this out if you are, just so you can see what's available over there, if you are interested in any of these tools. Next on the list, we've got Envato. So with Envato, DaVinci Resolve is also doing a 30% off right now. I saw that one as well, but I just didn't add it to the thing because I think a lot of people, like most people, are using the free version of that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and pull that up here in a minute as well, Jerry. Thank you. But basically with this right here, they are saving you up to 50% off. So what is Envato Market? So Envato Market is if you are considering getting a website for your YouTube channel. And you're like, okay, I don't know where to start on building a website. I don't want to hire somebody to build a website. So you do have to set up your own hosting account, and there is some technical things with that. But once you set up that hosting account, if you install WordPress into it, which is a content management system, it's basically the back end that makes everything function for the visible display that people see when they visit the website. You have all of these different themes that you can choose from to where you can go in, like let's say, for example, this one. I actually use this very particular theme for a few different things, actually. But you can come in and you can see, you can preview the different stuff, and we're going to go down here to their live demos, and then you can look and you can be like, okay, for my type of content, like what kind of vibe, would really go good for what it is that I'm doing. So if I'm doing, like any type of, like coaching or something like that, then they've got stuff in here for that. If you are doing any type of service related things, they have those types of things in here. But pretty much anything that you are making content about, they've probably got themes. It may not be this particular theme. This is just one theme and all the options that you have within the one theme. But they have an entire marketplace of a bunch of different themes to help you build really nice looking websites without all of the technical hurdles. Now, how these things work is they have like drag and drop interfaces in them. And there is a little bit of technical side. So, you'll definitely have to watch some videos or use ChatGPT or something to kind of coach you through it. But when it comes to setting up WordPress themes, it's kind of like just the easy way to build websites for yourself. There are services like what's it called? Wix, for example, where they do everything for you, but with them, they also, in a lot of cases, will put like, ads on there and, that kind of stuff down at the bottom, trying to get more people to use their service. With this, like if you set up your own hosting account, you have your own domain name. And what I mean by domain name is like youryoutubechannel.com. But basically you have your domain name and then you have your hosting account. Once you install your WordPress and your WordPress theme into it, then you can go in there and start, working on it to, fine tune it and get it the way that you like. But, I've been using WordPress and WordPress themes for a really long time. I use them for everything, and they're absolutely fantastic. But this deal right here, up to 50% off. And you can find that at themeforest.com. Or I'm just going to paste this in here as well. Boom. And we have that. Next. So I'm sure you hear a lot of people talk about Adobe Photoshop. I've been a Photoshop user since it was Photoshop. So since before, it was, Photoshop, CS anything or Photoshop Creative Cloud or any of that stuff. I've been using Photoshop since then. So it's like a natural thing for me now, but there are alternatives. And one of those alternatives, hey, Tiffany, what's going on? Hope you're doing awesome. One of those alternatives is this. And really quick, Drew S says Resolve Studio is so worth buying. Okay, so we're going to pull that up here in a second too. Thank you. I'll just type it in. So with Affinity, they have Affinity Designer. They have Affinity Photo, which helps you, think of it like this. Affinity Designer is kind of like Photoshop. This right here is kind of like Lightroom, but you can also do some design stuff in here too. This right here is kind of like PageMaker, but I don't know what a modern equivalent to PageMaker would be. But anyway, the idea here is that they are saving you 50% off on all of their apps and add-ons. And the cool thing about this is when it comes to Adobe products, I use them because I'm indoctrinated. Like I said, I've been using it since it was Photoshop, before they had all the version numbers and stuff. But there was a point in time where they started making everything a subscription. And when they started making everything a subscription, that did turn off, a lot of people. But because I use it, for work and stuff, it makes sense for me. But the cool thing about Affinity is that you pay, in this case, because of their 50% off deal, you pay $82 for everything. You get all of their apps for $82, and just one time. So you don't have to, keep paying every month or anything like that, because, as we know, we're all getting kind of subscribed to death. So with this, you pay one time and then you get everything. So this is Mac focused. So I don't believe, oh yeah, they do have Windows now too. Oh, excellent. Yeah. So you can use this on a Windows machine, a Mac machine. You can also use it on iPads as well. But with this, I'm going to go ahead and put it in here, which I think Doug did already. But with Affinity Photo, really cool. Like I said, I use this one right here, Affinity Photo, on my iPad, and absolutely love it. Super cool. And I highly recommend this. I haven't used Designer yet, but I've heard a lot of really good things about Designer as well. But for $82 one time, kind of hard to beat that one. Next up on our list is Elgato. So when it comes to Elgato, Elgato makes all kinds of creator-focused gear. So, for example, they've got microphones, they've got capture cards for gamers and live streamers. They've got Stream Decks, which are awesome. So Stream Decks, let me see if I have the space on this. Yeah, I don't want to unplug it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that out. Anyway, I've got a Stream Deck. I've got one of these right here in front of me. I've got another one over on that desk. We use them in the live studio as well. These things are awesome. The reason that they're awesome is because if we take this one right here, right, and we just use this one. Actually, you know what? This one's even better. Hold on, let me move this one. So this one's cool right here, but this one over here is even better. The reason this one's better is because of these right here. Now, granted, this is my personal thing in terms of why it's better. I like these because over in the live streaming studio, I use this. Right here in front of me, I have a mini version. It's got 6 buttons on it. But if you have a lot of different shortcuts you're adding and things like that, then this is going to be the, probably the better one for you. But if you want controls, like a quick, adjustment for your audio volume, or a quick adjustment for your headphone volume, or if you have like your hue lights connected in your house or your office, you can connect those to this, and you can adjust the brightness or the color temperature of the scene with that as well. But these knobs right here just make it, much cooler. And these knobs are also multi-function, so you can turn them, you can push them to go like deeper into menus and stuff like that. And then they also still have the, buttons on here as well. So some use cases for these. So I have one button that I press. I have one button that I press in this little box when I go live. And when I press this button, it already has pre-programmed in there, because I, just went in. All you have to do to program it is you open up their software on your computer, and then you say, okay, I want a multi-action thing to happen. And then you just add whatever it is that you want to happen. So I have one button that I press when I'm getting ready to live stream, and all of the windows that I use for live streaming open up. My streaming software opens up. On that machine, my ATEM Mini software opens up, and it basically just gets everything ready for me. And then from there, all I have to do is just kind of move the windows around to get them into the place that I want. But it opens like a cascade of windows. I have a little button right here that is an on-air light. And I can press it here on my Stream Deck, and it turns on my on-air light that I have over here. And then when my fiance walks in the room or something like that, it just lets her know, hey, I'm live right now, or I'm on a call, or whatever the thing is. And then that lets her know that, that I'm just busy at that moment in time. So so that button right there is really cool. In addition to that, I also have a edit button. And the edit button is just some shortcuts. When I press that one, it's some shortcuts for Adobe Premiere. So it takes hotkeys. So with Adobe Premiere, I can add like the cut button and those types of things in here. And then if I'm sitting there editing, instead of having to do keyboard shortcuts, which I still do sometimes just out of muscle memory, and just, sometimes it's faster, but depending on what I'm doing, I can just, sit over there and just hit that button as I'm kind of moving through things, which is pretty cool. I've also got it for my lights in here as well. And then I've also got some quick button. I've got a quick button that takes me directly into the back end of my YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel as well. So that particular tool is awesome. And just a heads up for what it is that they're offering here. Also, it's 30% off of a bunch of their products. The next things, this big one right here is what we have in the live studio. I also have, I don't know if you got to see my news segments that I was doing last year, but with the news segments, one of the things that I was using to change the scene. So basically, it was kind of like this. where I'm on screen here, and then I have a window up over here, and then I would hit the foot pedal, which is what this is. I would hit the foot pedal, and then it would automatically change to the next thing that I was talking about. So I could have my hands on screen, and I would be sitting there talking, and then I would hit the foot pedal, and then the foot pedal basically advances the scene so that it would change, you know, what it was that people were seeing on screen. And it kind of made it look like somebody else was controlling the stream, which is pretty cool. But this particular pedal thing is pretty awesome. And it kind of works in the same way to where you can assign it to anything it is that you want. So if you're like, hey, I hit this with my foot and it turns on my, you know, my light to let somebody know that I'm streaming, you can do that. If you want to hit the button to, you know, open something on your computer, you can do that as well. That type of functionality is similar to the Stream Deck. But if you've been wanting to improve your audio, a lot of people like this particular microphone because it comes with software where you can adjust like the noise and, you know, background noise, things like that. You can add some equalization to your voice, but it's hardware, but it comes with software that allows for all of these adjustments where you can fine tune everything, which is pretty cool. In addition to that, they've got some mic arms and, you know, things like that. Be careful with this one, just as a heads up. So some people like this, and I think it just kind of depends on where it's at. But the problem I had with this one is that, and my brother had the same exact problem because I gave it to him and he tried to use it and had the same issue. But basically, because it is so low profile and close to the desk, you got to be really careful where you put this thing because if you've got stuff on your desk, like, you know, I've got my phone stand right here with a phone on it. If you happen to have like, you know, a drink on your desk or something like that, if you move that, then the back end of it can just knock over everything else that's behind it. So you just gotta be really careful. Just be careful of that and just make sure that, you know, the low profile isn't going to get in your way. But they also have other microphones with a similar functionality to them in terms of the software. Same thing with this box right here where it has some processing stuff, more bundles and mic arms here. But when it comes to Elgato, some sound panels to sound treat your room, little desktop microphone stand here too, which is pretty cool. But when it comes to Elgato, this thing right here, the Elgato prompter, is something that is really cool. So with this, it's like $200 right now, which is great. Normally it says $364. So for me, I have this set up over on this, over on my content live streaming video making station over here. And the cool thing with this is, even though I'm not a huge fan of teleprompters, they just made an update to where it's voice activated. So if I'm sitting there and I'm looking into it and I'm talking and I have some information in there, it's detecting my voice and it's moving it based on my voice. And if I stop for a second and I start talking about other things, it just stops there. And then it detects when I start talking about the things that are in my notes, and then it starts moving those notes down. So it's just a good way to be more efficient at making content. You don't have to do scripts. You can if you want to, or you can put bullet points in there and just make sure that you say that bullet point so it can advance you to the next one. But you can use it in that particular way. Another thing that I'll use this for is I've done a few live streams since I've had it where I've had guests on, and I've done it from here. And with those particular live streams, you know, when you bring people on, you know, to your live stream, you might have, you know, an intro that you do where you talk about, you know, their accomplishments or something like that. I use that to just put that stuff up on screen so I can be looking at the camera while I am, you know, saying, you know, basically introducing the person, which is really cool. But I can't praise this particular thing enough, especially if you're somebody that has a little bit of trouble getting through videos and things like that. This can be wildly helpful just for keeping you up on track. They've also got some web cameras and, you know, that kind of stuff as well. But when it comes to Elgato, they make really good products. This light right here, this key light, this is what's actually hitting me right now. I have that here. If you watch any of my videos where I'm making videos here, you actually see that light in the background. But this is a really cool light as well. It also comes with software. Mine looks more like this, but it comes with software as well. So like, for example, like right now while I'm streaming, I can take this and I can make it brighter. Whoa. Or I can, you know, turn it down. I can turn it up a little bit, and I can just look at my screen and adjust it, you know, kind of as needed without having to get up and mess with anything, which is pretty awesome. But you can find this stuff at Elgato.com. I think Doug put a link in here. I'm going to drop another one just in case to make sure that we got you covered there. Next up, if you are into like drones and that sort of thing, DJI is also doing a Black Friday promotion for some of their products, not all of them, but they are doing a promotion here to where you get up to 50% off, which is pretty cool. Like if you're buying, you know, some of these things. So here you got, 20% off on one of their drones. You've got 22% off on another one. They've got their action camera for the Action 4 standard combo where they're saving you 30%, big battery packs, things like that, 10% on their Action 3. But with DJI, I've got one of their drones. I've got the DJI Osmo Pocket, which I don't think they're running a promotion on. I think it's just because, it's a pretty popular product right now. But yeah, they have a bunch of, different things here that they are offering, and it's up to 50% off. And while we're here, DaVinci Resolve. So another thing that's happening right now, which I wasn't going to talk about this. I saw this earlier, and I wasn't going to talk about it because it was my assumption that a lot of people are just using the free version of DaVinci Resolve. But they also have DaVinci Resolve Studio, which is now 30% off, I believe it is. I don't see the Black Friday information here, but I do know that they are running a promotion right now with it for 30% off. But basically, when it comes to DaVinci Resolve, if you're a new content creator, it is challenging. Like if if you're new to editing videos and stuff, it can be a little bit to, kind of get you started and get you moving just a little bit. But it's full function. Like it does everything that you'll ever need. The free version is fantastic. The downside of DaVinci Resolve is that it is just a little bit, complicated, but our friend Daniel Batal actually has an entire YouTube channel now to where he's completely focused on DaVinci Resolve, and his shorts series that he's doing right now will get you through all those hurdles. But with DaVinci Resolve, this is like what professional like movie studios and stuff like that use to color grade their videos and things like that. So one of the cool things about having full featured software instead of something that's basic, like what would be basic? Something like Filmora. Instead of having something basic like Filmora, something more full featured like this, you're literally just taking the limits off of what you can do. So for example, like if you are getting started and you're like, you know what, I want my content to be better, but I'm just not quite there yet. Like I want to learn how to do all the stuff, but I'm just not quite there yet, but I want to grow into something that I'll be able to, commit to, and just be able to use to where I can do pretty much anything that I want. This is a really good solution for you. Adobe Premiere is also a good solution for you, but they were running a 50% off sale, but I think it stopped literally right when we started this stream. Adobe was. But when it comes to DaVinci Resolve, though, this is a choice that a lot of creators are making, because this is another one to where it's not subscription based. So whatever the price is with this, you are paying it one time. So yeah, so it's normally $325, it looks like, but now it's $239, I guess, or $235 is the price. But with this, yeah, it's basically creation with no limits, which is great. Let's see here. So out of all of the things that I mentioned here today so far, because we've been going for an hour so far, I thought we were going to get through all those way faster. But that's my list for right now. As a reminder, I do have a pinned comment at the very top of the screen where I have all of the things that I've been talking about. If you are just joining us, all the creator focused softwares and things like that will help you out. There's tons of videos out there right now talking about camera gear, because people are trying to get you over to Amazon through their links. So there's tons of channels out there about camera gear right now. So you can just hop into YouTube search if you are looking for camera gear related solutions. But most of what I've talked about today is more software based stuff. So yeah, so it looks like Doug says that he has the pedals here also. But out of the things that I talked about today, does anybody have any questions about any of the things that I mentioned, or any of the things that you see that I'm linking to at the top of the chat? And I'm actually just going to go to that really quick as well, because I just want to make sure that you have the resources that you need. Black Friday 2. It's funny, I called this Black Friday 2.5, which is going to make problems for me next year. It should have been Black Friday 2.4. But yeah, and here's a link to that, by the way. Can the Meta glasses stream to YouTube? That's a great question. I'm not sure if that will stream to YouTube or not. I'm not sure. I know that there are some glasses that do that. You know what? I think you can, because I actually saw here, you know what? We'll just do this the easy way. Can Meta glasses stream to YouTube? Meta Quest, you can live stream to YouTube, see your nope. Let's see here. Let's use Ray-Ban. Okay, so yeah, it looks like you can according to this. Like, and this is just at a quick glance. Like, I don't know any details of it, but yeah, it looks like you might be able to here. You can live stream your point of view using your Ray-Ban Meta in under a minute. Easily switch between your phone camera and your Ray-Ban Meta camera to gain unique perspectives and discover how in this video. So yeah, so it looks like you can. Well, actually, it has Instagram and Facebook. I don't know if you can do YouTube or if the process would be the same. But something funny I want to let you know about, and you may or may not, you may or may not have ran across this, but there was a TikTok video that I ran across, and I actually ran across it a few times, where there were students that were live streaming their Meta glasses to Instagram, and then they had an AI software that they built that was basically searching the internet for all of the faces of all the people that it was seeing in their Instagram live feed. And then it would report back to them, and then their glasses would tell them, you know, who the person was and like all of that. And they were walking up to people and they were like, you know, hey, are you John? Did you do a presentation about such and such at this particular conference? And the person's like, yeah, you know, hey, how's it going? Like all kinds of, you know, weird stuff like that. But it was super creepy. But in terms of, you know, what people are doing with that, it's pretty interesting. So Build and Fix with Minnie says, I need help with your app, Nick. So yeah, what help do you need? I can give you that help, you know, right now with the app. The hurdle that people have with my current app that's out there is connecting it to your keyboard. So in order to do that on your iPhone, hold on, I'm having trouble with your app. Maybe I'm an idiot. I'm nervous to start tapping buttons. Yeah, so first off, just a heads up, man, I've got, if you go to the support page, if you go to the settings page and you scroll to the bottom, I have a video tutorials area. And let's see here, let me turn off because I don't want to get these other notifications here while we're streaming. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try. So let me go to QuickTime. And then I can actually open this up. So I'll just give you a really quick heads up on this and just kind of show you. Okay, phone. Okay, so let me take this one down. Then I will bring this one in. There we go. And I think I even have a specific window that I made for this. I do. And I think I even made an overlay for it. Boom, I did, for anybody that's interested in this. Okay, so how this works for the app, if you can let me know the trouble that you're having, that would be even more helpful. So then I can, you know, answer a specific question. But basically, when it comes to how to use it, when you have the actual, you know, app, when you are in YouTube, let's say that I'm not sure if it's going to let me. Oh, it is. Okay, good. So let's say that I'm, okay, these are downloaded. So this isn't going to work the way that I was hoping. Hold on. So let me go back here. Let me go back here. Oops. No, latest videos. Okay, so I'm just gonna click into here just as just so I can kind of use this as an example. So if I was answering comments on my channel, in my Creator Studio, how my app works is, let's say I hit the comment button, then down on the bottom left-hand side, I can hit the globe icon on my keyboard, and you can see it changes the keyboard. And then here I can add, so like, let's say that I have something, you know, YouTube related. Let's say it's a new viewer. Instead of having to type out a bunch of stuff for the new viewer, I can say, just tap the new viewer button and you can see that entire blurb that it just added there into the comment box. So instead of having to type all that stuff out every time, I just type it out once. And then when somebody comes in and like, hey, just subscribe to the channel, then this comment right here can be dropped. And then I just hit send and then it's done. So I can just move through everything a lot faster. Same exact thing applies to, you know, getting started playlists. I have a lot of people, you know, if their channel gets hacked, they reach out to me. So instead of me having to, you know, mention that every single time or write it out every time, then I just hit that button and then it just sends them to this particular link for, for where I send people if they get their channel hacked. Sending people to my channel homepage, things like that. But basically when you fill this out, you can do all kinds of stuff. So a couple things that I'm doing right now that I'm using it for is I've got product links in here with like affiliate links for when people need stuff. I've got some hashtags in here for things that I'm using. This right here is an actual like block of hashtags. You can use it that way too if you have specific things you always use. I've got a whole folder right here when people share my content out to social media. I have that to where I can just, I can be on Twitter using this and I can just, hit this and then it say, hey, thanks for the share. But those types of things. So basically you write it once and then you can just deploy it whenever it is that you want. I also have in here a thanks-o-matic. So, if you are somebody that, you're just like, okay, how many times can you say thank you? Then in that particular case, you can be like, yeah, hey, I like this one. So I'm just going to use that and then hit send. Or if you, and then you go to the next one. And if you're like, I really appreciate it, not really feeling that one, I want to use a different one instead, you hit the red button and it just changes the option there. And then if you like that one, then you hit the green and then it'll go in there. But basically you can use that to, just be more efficient there. And you can quickly share anything in terms of your social media links, invites to Slack and Discord, things like that. Now, the challenging part for a lot of people has been the setup part. So when it comes to the setup part, if you go up here at the very top, you see that it says keyboard connection status connected, right? And here really quick says, how do I start using comments and save? Okay. So first, you have to connect this to your keyboard. So if you click here to open keyboard settings, it's going to open the settings here, and then you turn on and then you hit keyboards, and then you just activate it here. I can't show you the entire process just because my personal email and stuff's in there. But if it doesn't take you to this page, depending on your device, then in that particular case, you can go into the general settings of your app. And then when you go into general settings, you're going to see keyboards, tap into that, and then click add new. And then when you click on add new, then you'll see creator keyboard in that list, and then you can assign it there. And then you can add it, that way. Now, the next thing is like, how do you add stuff? So if I wanted to add a new comment, I would hit the new option down here at the bottom, and then I would hit response. Here, I would put the cursor up here in the response area. And then I would say like, okay, this is whatever title. I'm just going to say title because this is what you're going to use to help you remember what the content of this particular response is. And then the next thing is, and I'm just going to use gibberish, you put in, whatever response it is that you want, right? You can, format this however it is that you like, and then you choose a color for it, right? We're just going to say green. If you want to add it to a folder, if you have the pro option, you can add it to a folder. If you don't, then, you can just save it as it is. And then if you are going to add a video to this, like in mine, I have very specific videos I might recommend to people sometimes, then you put in your channel ID here, and I have a button to where you can quickly find that if you are logged in Google Chrome. But then I can search for a video link, and then I can add, this particular video, whatever. And I'm just going to save that. So now, and I'm just going to use this inside of the keyboard just for the demo on the keyboard part itself. But then if I hit the icon, and then I go over to responses, you can see right here, the green one over on the right-hand side where it says this is title. That's the new one that I just added, okay? And you can deploy that now that it's been added, you can deploy that anywhere you want. Same exact thing goes for the links and the accounts. You basically just set them up right there in that particular section. Yeah, if your keyboard's connected, then what you need to do is you need to go in and start adding your responses by clicking on the, the plus new. And then, go in there and just start adding whatever responses that you have. In your case, it would be links to specific tools, things like that you are recommending to people. If people ask you, questions that you're having to write out blocks of text a lot, then you would you would just fill that out once. And one thing that you can do, I'm working on a browser extension for this. But one thing that you can do is you can, copy them from your Creator Studio. Like if you write a comment out and you're like, yeah, this is good, I like this, I should add this to the keyboard, just copy it and then open up your Creator keyboard and paste it in there, put a title on it, and then you're going to have it, forever. And then you can just use it whenever you need to. So that's a really efficient way to do it. But what I'm trying to do right now is I'm working on the browser extension, and with the browser extension, you're going to be able to also capture them on desktop, export them from your desktop, and import them into your app. Because the app also has the import and export feature, so you can quickly share the responses if you have team members or something like that, or you can export them to different devices, those types of things. But it's also a way to kind of back the app up. Let's see here. Yoga Bliss Dance, my pleasure. Okay, it's a one time, been responding to thousands of comments. Yeah, it just makes, hey, what's going on? Yeah, it just makes it, a lot more efficient when you are answering comments. I've got another one that I'm working on right now as well. Let's see if it's in this device. I think it is, yeah. So with this one, I just pushed an update, so it's gonna look a little bit different, but this one's not available yet. But with this one, I'm making this for content creators. It's got like a, content calendar in there. It's got a bunch of different tools, place where you can save like inspiration and, that kind of stuff, script timers, all kinds of, cool stuff, camera settings, just all kinds of, different things, a focus timer in here to help you, just focus your time on, making content, that kind of stuff, educational stuff. So like a glossary that has all the words in it that we use as content creators and explains like all the different things you see in YouTube analytics and that kind of stuff. But this is going to be coming out relatively soon. It's just not, currently available. And there was a question about how I'm sharing this stuff on the screen. So sharing the phone on the screen, I did that. I'm on a Mac. And since I'm on a Mac, I can actually open up QuickTime. My phone is connected to my computer via USB-C. And then I can open up my QuickTime on my Mac, and then I can choose my phone as a source, and then I just add that source inside of StreamYard. Let's see here. Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, any way that I can help with that. I also have a YouTube channel with tutorials on it that can also kind of help you through, each one of those. So basically on the channel, let's see here, youtube.com/ I think I got to put the @ in front of it. Yeah, I do. These new handles. That just made me nervous. Let me sort by channels. There we go. Oh, Creator Keyboard app. Okay, got it. Yeah, so here on the YouTube channel, yeah, like if you go here, it just has, how to set everything up. So just super easy there. There's like quick little short videos that just show you how to set up everything as you're getting it all set up if you do run into any additional issues. Let's see here. Thanks to you and your brother continuing to adding positive vibes to your time. It's appreciated and not taken for granted. Thanks, Dr. Vibe Show. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you. And is that a phone skin that you added to the overlay? Yes. Yeah, so basically inside of StreamYard, I'll show you this really quick. I think they might be having like a 40% off deal, but I sent them an email and they didn't respond to it. But I saw like somebody shared something about a 40% off thing, but I was asking for details and I didn't get any information, so I didn't mention it. But I think they also have a 40% off. But we're gonna go into the Twilight Zone here really quick, and I'll just show you StreamYard and how this works in terms of, because you were asking about how I shared that. So let's see here. Let me just go full screen. So if you look down here, this is where I changed the different views. So the app one is right here. So I turn that on, and then if I have the app share, then it actually fills up that whole side. And then I'm just gonna go full screen here so you can just kind of see what's going on. But if you look over here in this branding area, I've got like a rule of thirds that I can put on the screen. I've got, the TubeBuddy logo, creator mix stuff, all these different things. But I also made phone overlays for when I'm demoing apps, because as I build more of these things, I'm gonna have to, be demoing them and things like that and doing more promotions for them. So because of that, I just made those overlays. And then I've also got stuff in here like for TubeSpanner to remind people to open their notepad during live streams, which I don't do all the time, but I do add that as well. little, things like this to let people know when the stream is and, those types of things. But you can add all kinds of stuff here. It also supports like GIFs. So you can add GIFs in here as well, little, things like this, right? So you can do those types of things as well. Another thing that you can use this for that I don't see a lot of people talking about is like, let's say that you are, let me go here. So let's say that you are recording. If you are somebody like me and you have like your camera feeding through your computer in any way as like a live streamer, or if you're making content, one thing that you can do is you can set it up with, I made this in Photoshop to where it's just like a guide for me to where if I'm live streaming and I know that the content's going to be repurposed, or if I just want to record something directly inside of StreamYard or into my camera, but I just want to make sure everything's framed right, then I add this overlay right here and it puts like the safe zones in there. And it also has some remember to smile there because I tend to, do this, a decent amount. So it reminds me to smile, and it also reminds me to get to the point. I've also got this version as well to where it's just, 2 lines right there. So it's a little bit cleaner just to make sure that I'm, in the right places. But yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff there. But another thing is StreamYard also lets you add like videos to it. So, this is where I'll trigger my... my music videos, like that kind of stuff, all of that. You can change your backgrounds. You can add background music and loop it. For this, I have these types of things in here, which I don't really use, but I can, if I choose.
Mode alert.
It's actually going to be the music's playing, so you're actually not even going to be able to hear that. I have StreamYard muted too, so you're not going to be able to hear it there either. But anyway, you get the idea. So that's StreamYard and what StreamYard does. So basically, StreamYard got purchased by another company. Still a great tool. It's just they do things a little bit differently now than they previously did. Like in the past, they were like heavy on community. They're not doing that anymore. So basically, it's all about the tool now, which is fine because it is a great tool. But just the community side is kind of slowly dissolved, or in the process of dissolving inside in terms of the community side, because they don't really nurture that side of things compared to the original founders. Eddie, my pleasure. Here from Roberto Blake's recommendation. Awesome, Brad. Nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. So speaking of Roberto Blake, I don't know if he told you this or not, but he's actually running a... let me show you here really quick. Like if you are into any of Roberto Blake's stuff, which I'm assuming, of course, if you're here from Roberto, you are, and you might know about this already, but he actually has a Black Friday deal running right now on his YouTube starter kit. You can get, I think, I'm looking for it in my notes here. Yeah, you can get 30% off of his YouTube starter kit, and you can get 30% off of his brand deal starter kit. So the YouTube starter kit has all the stuff in it, kind of help you get started. That's why it's called the starter kit. But like 100 thumbnail templates, over 100 thumbnail templates, 100 plus ideas for YouTube videos, fonts, gear guides, software guides, monetization guides, channel checklists, thumbnail checklists, all the stuff to, just kind of get you heading in the right direction. And his brand deal guide has 100 a list of 100 plus brands for sponsored content, influencer brand deals, brand safety checklists, sponsored disclosure guidelines, customizable media kit templates, email swipes for when you're doing outreach, brand deal managers and stuff like that. But if you use holidays 30 when you're checking out, you can actually get 30% off of this, which is pretty cool. Yeah, those safe areas are definitely, Eddie. Yeah, those safe areas have been have been helpful for me. Because, sometimes, if you're accustomed to making wide, 16:9 ratio, content, then, you can, especially me, cause I'm kind of wiggly at times when I'm making videos. And because of that, it helps me try to avoid things. Like every now and then when I'm making a video, I do this weird thing and I'm not sure why I do it, but like I'm talking about something and then I'll just kind of do this and just kind of point out into nowhere for no reason. And like when I'm doing vertical content, then my arms get kind of chopped off. So it doesn't, it's just not a good look. So because of that, I don't do, I use those guides so that I don't do that. Hey, Roberto says that we also added sample contracts for the brand deal starter kit. Oh, that's a good addition. Really good addition. Yeah. So for this one, for the brand deal starter kit, they also added some sample contracts. So one of the cool things about this particular, kit is that brand deals are a struggle for a lot of people. They don't know where to get started. They don't know who to reach out to. They don't know what kind of emails to send. They don't know any of that stuff. So with this particular, kit, he's kind of, set the groundwork for you there. So it gives you a lead on what you need to do if you are somebody that's interested in getting brand deals. All right. So on any of the things that I went over before, so some of them I have direct access to, or I have actual accounts with. Some of them I don't, because, I was just letting you know that they are, creator focused. Is there anything that you saw that you would like to see a demo on? For those of you that have been in the stream here, because I'm more than happy to show you, just kind of how some of these things work. If you want to see a demo, but I don't want to just throw a demo at you if you don't care. So if there is anything that you would like to see a demo on, definitely let me know. And I'll, as long as I have access to it, then I'll give you a demo. And if you want to see the things that we talked about, in case you're just joining us, at the very top of the screen, I have a link that takes you to my Best Creator Tools website, where in addition to the Black Friday stuff, it also shares a bunch of other creator tools for you as well. But if you hit that particular link, you're going to see all the things that we talked about during the stream today. And if you do want demos on any of them, just drop it in the chat right now. And if I, get some requests, then I'll do them. But if not, then we'll move on. I'm just going to give you a second here to make sure that we have enough time there with the stream delay for that to come through. Really quick, Zachar L. I apologize for saying this. El Kadari says, is the Creator app only for Apple, no Android? As of right now, yes. So when it comes to this, I'm learning how to do all this stuff. So the first place that I learned how to do it with iOS is iOS, because I have an iPhone. So I am going to do an Android version eventually, but the problem is right now, because I am learning, in order to do that, I have to learn just the basics of like an entirely different like programming language and all of that. And I'm still not good enough yet with the Swift language, which is what I'm using to build the iOS apps. But as soon as I get just a little bit more comfortable with that, then I'm gonna move on to Android, because I want to make versions that will work on both. So I want to move on to that as well. And I know there's languages that I can make it and it'll go to both. However, those are a little bit clunky and they don't feel as smooth as Swift does. So that's why I chose to be with Swift. Hey, TubeSpanner in the house. What's going on? Nice to see you in here, Danielle. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving as well. Roberto says that they also list agencies and platforms that help with brand deals and management for creators as well on the brand deal side. So yeah, so if you're trying to get started in brand deals like that, the brand deal kit is definitely something to get into. TubeSpanner says, I hear they have some huge new feature on the way too. Not sure which one of the things you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about TubeSpanner or if you're talking about another one. Would you be able to do a quick demo for TubeBuddy? Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to TubeBuddy, here, let me go to YouTube. Add to stage. My man Travis MCP just dropped a video. Looks like Brian G did too. Oh, I think my autoplay went on this one here a little bit. Okay, so when it comes to TubeBuddy, if we tap on this, they have a list of tools like right over here. The main thing that I use TubeBuddy for, like I don't do tons of search-based content anymore like I used to. When I did more search-based content, I was testing my thumbnails more with TubeBuddy because I was, strategically trying to go after search. I'm gonna be doing more tool-focused stuff here in 2025, so I'm gonna be doing a lot more of that then. But for now, I'm just gonna show you the Keyword Explorer because this one is awesome for helping you be able to identify topics to go after. And with this particular tool, it's not just for helping you like, try to find the best search terms. It's good for that too. But it's also about helping you identify how interested people are in stuff. So like if you're thinking about making a video on a topic, this is a really good way to just kind of gauge an interest of how to present that topic to people, even if you're going for the recommendation system. So, so really quick says, Eddie says, how does TubeBuddy actually help me grow and strengthen my channel? My channel's been dormant for a while now. So the very first thing that I just want to mention, and I have to say this disclaimer because I don't want to mislead anybody and I don't want people to think that something's going to do something that it's not. There isn't a tool available that will make you make your content competitive for YouTube, okay? All of the tools that are available help you the most once you're actually making content that gets a good response on YouTube. So when it comes to TubeBuddy, if you're already getting some traction on your videos to where people are coming in and they're watching them for a fair amount of time to where you're starting to get some, activity on the YouTube platform itself, then in that particular case, that's where, this starts becoming more handy. But using the Keyword Explorer can help you make sure that you are making content about topics that people are interested in. So that is one place that it can help you. But right now, if you're having trouble just getting your content up to par, I would actually recommend TubeSpanner for that one, because with them, they actually help you with the workflow side in terms of helping you, make thumbnails, helping you write better scripts, those types of things. They also have some tools in there to help you with titles and that kind of stuff. So I would actually look at that to get you kind of past that part. And then once you get past that part, then, going into some of the more advanced features inside of TubeBuddy is definitely the move there. But if you are like wanting to confirm that the things that you're making a video about, because people really underestimate titles and topics, not titles, topics on YouTube. So when it comes to the order of importance, when it comes to your videos performing well on YouTube, the very top thing is the topic. If you make a video on a topic that not a lot of people are interested in, it doesn't matter how good your video is, it can only get so far, right? But if you make a video on a topic that a lot of people within your niche or that are interested in your type of content are interested in, then in that particular case, you're giving yourself an advantage at the very first step, which is what is this video going to be about, right? So because of that, the very first step is coming up with really good topics. And this particular tool inside of TubeBuddy can help you with that. So let's say, for example, and here, Eddie, I'm going to pull up your YouTube channel. I'm not going to pull it up on screen here yet. Maybe I will, but let me just kind of see what you're doing here really quick. And just because you are, kind of having some trouble getting going, I'm just going to kind of look at this really quick and just kind of see what it is that you've got going on here. So first, I'm gonna bring TubeBuddy back up here in a second, but I'm gonna try to help Eddie out here real quick. It's funny, I said I'm not gonna put it up, and then here we are pulling it up on screen. So let's see what you got going on. So you're at 2,000 subs, man. You're doing all right. Like you're getting, you're getting going. But yeah, I definitely see where you are having some issues here, with the view counts that you have. So let's see what you're actually doing here. Let's see what you got going on. So first, I need some clarity. So this isn't like a huge deal because people are going to be entering your videos through the videos, right? When they see them recommended on YouTube or they find them in search. So because of that, this part isn't a huge deal, but everything that you can do to give yourself an advantage is helpful. So the very first thing that I would definitely do, you do have it up here actually, stream tips and tricks. I would make this just a little bit more, clear if you could, because instead of focusing people on your channel name, which is already here and already here, focus this more on like what it is that people are going to get out of your content. And again, this isn't going to like move the needle for you. What this is going to do is this is going to make it to where if somebody clicks on your channel name after they watch your video, this is going to give them just a quick thing like, oh, okay, they're still making content like this. Oh, or this is the type of videos that they do, right? So, so I would definitely, start there and just kind of get that in order. Also, instead of having thanks for checking out Eddie YouTube channel, put a value proposition here. I help you get them, if you're focusing on like live streaming stuff, I help you get the most out of your live streams. I help you have better live streams, take your live streams to the next level, that kind of stuff. And if you do that sort of thing, then you're actually focusing this part on giving the potential viewer some information about what it is that you offer. And as another part of this, when somebody shares your channel out onto Twitter, Facebook, things like that, this blurb right here is going to be the first thing that people see. This doesn't give anybody any context. So for me, I have an audience of content creators. If I were to share this out onto Twitter right now, people would see, thanks for checking out Eddie's YouTube channel. That doesn't, like, that would kill the conversions of people coming in and checking out your channel. Whereas if it's like, you know, I help people, you know, have the best live streams ever, or whatever your value proposition is, then in that case, when somebody sees that, it's like, oh, this is what they do. Oh, I am actually trying to make my live streams better. Let's see what this guy has to offer, right? So I would get that in order. Number two, based on how they redid YouTube and how they moved the subscribe button from here to here, I would actually just let go of this. Just go ahead and kill this, because you have the button right here where people can subscribe there. So that's just a waste of that link. You have 4 links here. I would actually lose that subscribe link. Oops, sorry. Nope. I'm trying to close this. There we go. I would lose that subscribe link, and then out of these, I would figure out what is the most important to you and focus on that. But even with this, man, like right now, while you're trying to get better activity here, I would keep people focused on what you're doing on YouTube without trying to get people off site. Because every time you send somebody off, like if there was a point system on YouTube, look at it like every time you send somebody off, it's a negative point. So because of that, you need to make sure that you're getting enough positive points in order to make those negative points not matter, right? So because of that, right now I just keep everything focused on YouTube in terms of what is available on your channel page. Add those things to your descriptions, all that, no problem. But in terms of your channel page, I just keep everything focused on YouTube. So let's talk about what you're doing here. So the very first thing, and I know we're doing Black Friday here, and I'm like extending this from Black Friday, but I'm just trying to help because he said that he's having some trouble here. But basically, and then we're going to go back to the TubeBuddy demo as well, but I just kind of want to go through this really quick. So first off, every single time you publish a video, I don't care what, you know, what's going on, make sure that what the viewer is interested in is in clear focus. Here, you're kind of doing it, right, by putting it on this, but make sure every single thumbnail, because every video you're making right now matters. So make sure everything that you're doing has a clear thumbnail and a clear focus. What you're doing here is better because you're focused on that. What it is that you're doing here at least lets people know that you're talking about the ATEM. This, how to use Fatal Strike and Tales of this should not be on your YouTube channel. A year ago did okay, but this should not be on your YouTube channel. You should also be publishing more content because right now you're not taking enough swings. You got to get in the ring and lose some rounds, right? Like when it comes to YouTube, like you want to get in the ring and lose as many rounds as you can. I see you got 437 videos. I'm guessing you're doing a lot of shorts. But I would get more long form content out there if you're wanting to grow a channel based on long form or having a nice mix of them. But I would definitely get in the ring and start swinging right now. And you said you've been on the verge of giving up. That's common, right? It's common. A lot of people, right? They're trudging along, and then they'll go like this, right? You might be right here, or you might be right here, right? But the difference in the people here, and the people here, and the people here is these people here kept going and they kept working on it, right? They kept working on everything it is that they had to figure out. YouTube is a learning curve, right? So because of that, like, okay, let's look at it this way. You have an ATEM Mini. When you got your ATEM Mini, you took it out of the box. You had no idea what to do with it. So because of that, you had to figure out how to plug it in, how to turn it on. You had to figure out how to set everything up. You had to figure out, you know, with their software, how to add like the macros and things like that. And, you know, that was a learning curve. And then after you got all that stuff figured out, now you can probably do some pretty cool stuff in your live streams with it. YouTube is the same exact way. So until you develop the skills enough to be able to do it well, then you're going to keep hitting the walls. But if you keep working on the skill set side in terms of how do I come up with better video ideas, how do I that will be relevant to the largest amount of people within the people that I'm trying to reach, how do I present my content, how do I make everything sound good, you know, those types of things, how do I, you know, grab people in that first 30 seconds of the video, like, you know, you have to keep working on those things intentionally, right? You don't want to turn on the camera and make a video without any like intention. You want to start it and be like, okay, what can I say? And this is where you write scripts or bullet points and keep notes on exactly what it is you're going to say in that first part of your video. But that's where you're like, okay, when somebody first sees my thumbnail, my title, what might they expect this video to be like? And this is why you need to make your thumbnails and titles before you commit to making the video. So you're like, okay, if I'm going to do this thumbnail and title, then this is what my packaging is going to be. And this is going to be, this is going to set up this type of expectation for the viewer on what they might get in the video. As soon as they click on that, how can I reassure them that they're in the right place? And I'm going to give them exactly what that expectation is that I build up for them. Right. And then from there, you're like, okay, now that I built up that expectation, now that I've kind of confirmed that expectation, now what transition can I make from building up that expectation to actually getting them into the content that they came in for without wasting their time, without, having logo intros, without having, all these, extra things that you do? How can I get them into the content as fast as possible? Work on that first. And then once you get good at that, that's when you can start messing around with other stuff. Like, okay, let me try building out a longer story, because now I'm good at getting people into the content. Let me try building out a longer story that kind of helps present this stuff in a better way and see if I can, kind of fine tune that and make that better. Right. But the very first thing here, the fastest way to fix ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. Okay. Yes, you're doing live streaming stuff. But when it comes to the content that you're choosing to make, the first thing that I want you to think about the next time you go to make a video is how many people within the space that I'm operating in would be interested in this. Yes, there's a lot of people that have ATEM minis. However, the people that you're trying to reach, which is live streamers, it seems like, based on what it is that you're saying up here, if you are trying to reach live streamers, then in that particular case, you need to talk about things that a lot of live streamers will resonate with, or you need to package this in a different way. Because right now you have the fastest way to fix the ATEM Mini Extreme. So the only people that this video is relevant to are people that are having problems with their ATEM, which might be a lot of people, might be a little bit of people, but those are the only people that are going to care about this. Because of that, this is just going to be horrible in YouTube's recommendation system, right? It's going to be good for YouTube search when people are trying to fix the problem, but for YouTube's recommendation system, this piece of content is not well suited for the recommendation system. However, when you were making this video, if you did your thumbnail and title first and you thought to yourself the things that I'm saying, which is how many people would actually, care about this, you would be able to identify that, and you would say, you know what, this is actually, in order to qualify for this, they have to be having problems with their ATEM right now. And then they got to look for that video. So if you notice that and identify it, then you can say, okay, how can I want to make a video about this ATEM? How can I make this video, but make it appeal to more people? Well, in that particular case, you can show that ATEM, instead of saying fix it, you can just show the ATEM itself, and then maybe say live streaming or stream or something like that on top. And then your title and the whole subject of the video is, this device changed everything about how I live stream, or this device changed the way that I stream. And by doing that, you're instantly, just by adjusting the framing while you're working on the packaging before you commit to the video, just by identifying those things, what you're doing is you are instantly, by that slight framing, you're now making that content important to a lot more people, because they don't have to know what an ATEM Mini is. They don't have to have a problem with their ATEM Mini. Instead, they just have to be a live streamer and see that, and they have to be somebody that isn't familiar with it, that wants to make their live streams better, right? So because of that, start thinking about those things before you even commit to the video. And then from there, we have the other stuff as well. So you have like best lavalier mic for production, fastest way to live stream. I'm not sure what these things are, but you do definitely want to make sure that every single video that's going out on your YouTube channel is targeted towards the people that you're trying to reach. So here, if you're targeting live streamers, unless you are specifically targeting gamers, then I wouldn't make videos about, this kind of stuff. The PC upgrade, I wouldn't do that either, unless it was how to upgrade your PC for live streaming, right? So I would only publish videos on the channel that matter to live streamers. I would just make sure that you're focused on that moving forward. Okay, so I'm going to take this down because we've been talking about it for a while. So I'm going to take this down, but hopefully that helped in some way. I came from the how-to world, and that's why my video questions are problem focused, but I understand. Yeah, so me too, right? Like I have search-based content, I have recommendation content, but the difference is when you publish a video and you're going after search, it can bring a lot of stable long-term traffic. So search can be a great strategy. However, if you want to make the fastest difference to your channel in the shortest amount of time, getting good at the recommendation system is going to be advantageous for you as well. So if you want to really take advantage with your type of content, if you want to take advantage of it all, have some content over the course of, like, let's say a 90-day period, if you're publishing a video a week, which you should be doing. If you are, and the reason is because you need to get some reps in terms of the long form content, and you need to get those reps in with clearly targeted content for who it is that you're trying to reach. But basically, when you are planning out your content over the next 90 days, you want to think, okay, these videos I'm going to be making for the recommendation system. So because of that, I have to make sure that I'm keeping the framing broad. I have to make sure the topics themselves are going to reach the largest amount of people that are interested in live streaming. But I'm also going to have some search-based content that I'm going to make to solve some very specific problems. And I'm going to understand when I publish those, they might be slow burn videos, meaning that on the day that I publish them, the first week, first 2 weeks, maybe the first 3 months of publishing that video, it's not going to do great. But over the course of the year, it's going to end up doing okay because people are going to be looking for it over time, right? So because of that, just make sure you are thinking of, about that from both ends. But those are the types of things that I'm talking about, though, where you mentioned that you're thinking about giving up, is, when you think about things in that way, it's going to change how you do what it is that you're doing, and it will help make what it is that you're doing more impactful. And just having that intention in terms of, asking yourself those types of questions before you even commit to making a video in the first place, is going to make a difference on every step of the process that you're taking. So hopefully that helps. Let's see here. So back to TubeBuddy. Okay, so let me go. I can just go back in from here. Here we go. So back to the Keyword Explorer. So let's say, for example, we're just going to do that particular scenario. We're just going to do how to live stream. So here, on my channel, because this is weighted, they have an unweighted score and a weighted score. Oh, sorry, I don't even have my screen up. There we go. All right, so here they have a weighted score and an unweighted score, okay? So with this, it's weighted towards my channel. So how to live stream isn't the best, isn't the best topic. And it looks like they have an error here, or there's a conflict or something with another plugin to where it looks like that's not coming through in black. But one of the things that's cool here is you can see that it's telling me that, this is poor in terms of, for my particular channel. But what's cool is it gives me search volume. Right? So in terms of, like, for my audience, is this going to be a good fit? Maybe not, because a small percentage of my viewership does live streaming. However, there's a decent amount of people that are searching for it, not tons, but a decent amount of people that are searching for it. So it lets me know that that might be a good thing to go for. Now, if I was like, okay, this is okay, but let's see here, I did how to live stream. So let's see if I change this to how to live stream on YouTube by clicking on their suggestions over here. Okay, so now I just went from something that wasn't great for my channel to something that's very good for my channel, being specific to live streaming on YouTube instead of how to live stream. This is something that I can compete better for as well. So this shows interest over time for that particular topic. And this also shows here that the search volume here, it's also kind of right there in the middle, so it's about the same. And then it also tells me, like, how optimized are other people, right? So it says here, the optimization strength indicates how well the optimized the top ranking videos are for the search phrase. Low optimization means you have the chance to rank higher by including the keyword in your title, description, and your tags. So it gives you an idea of how other people are optimized for this as well if you're going after search. But again, the way that you can also use this for the recommendation system is just looking for things that people are searching for more. So, like, let's go with mobile. See if people are looking for this more. No, they're looking for this less. So then if you had the option between these three options that we just went through so far, how to live stream, for me anyway, how to live stream on YouTube out of those three would be the better move, just based on the amount of people looking for it and how good of a fit it was for my channel, my audience, right? So in terms of that particular tool, this tool right here is the one that I use more than anything else with TubeBuddy, because this gives me insights on those types of things and, like, better ways that I might want to, look for ways that people are actually looking for, thinking about what it is that I'm making. So the thinking about part is really important here, because there's what people are physically typing into the keyboard, but that tells you how people are thinking about the things that you're talking about. So you can use that information. But another thing as well is if you do search targeted content, is this also helps you get an idea of what people are looking for on Google as well. Because when you make search-based content, it can show up in YouTube search and Google search. So this also helps get you those insights as well. But yeah, with that though, if you see here, they've got like a bunch of different things. So they've got like the SEO studio as well. So like here, if I was going to do my target keyword, then I would go here and hit start. And then basically it gives me the score. And the whole thing with like SEO is just making sure that you are, let's see here, live streaming tips you can't ignore. And then here, when it comes to live streaming, this video is going to teach you the best live streaming techniques so you can have the best possible stream, right? So with this, I would just keep working on that and keep working on it. And they give you some tips right here. Include your keyword target, the keyword in the title, include 80% of your target keyword in the title, include your target keyword in the first 60 characters of the title, blah, blah. But it gives you all these, additional, information as well. But basically you just keep working on it, right? And then as you start filling it out more, then the, you'll see the score, kind of move around, but it helps you optimize your videos in that way. Same exact thing. If we come over here to the tag area, so we'll just hit next here. And then we're over here in the tag area. So we'll do like live stream tips. And then basically like as you're putting this stuff together, they're also going to give you these, suggestions down here in the bottom, and you can add these if they apply. We'll say live streaming on YouTube. Then hit next. But anyway, you can see as we go through this that we're up to 99 now. And then they're going to show you some of the other things that, will show up in search or whatever. These are some weird ones that do show up for this particular one. Oh, because it's just live streaming by itself. That's why. But it'll just give you like a little preview there if you want it. And then you can, apply it directly to your videos or whatever. But it's really good for like that type of thing in terms of just kind of vetting the information. Right. So you can be like, okay, am I making content that that enough people are interested in? You can also use like in combination with this. Another thing that you can do as well, if you just want to make sure that you're doing everything that you possibly can, is you can also hop on like trends.google.com and look for things there as well. And then you can also get some insights compared against what they're giving you, and just use all of that information to say like, yeah, this is definitely a video that I want to make because there's enough people that that are interested in this, that this video can do well. Shared on community and my chat is disappearing. Oh, you mean, yeah. So I think we had talked about that before. So in your community feed, yeah, your chat shouldn't be disappearing. I would definitely send YouTube a support ticket if you're having some issues still. Okay. So I'm just kind of reading through the comments here. So Innovation Cafe said, does anybody else feel anxiety about going live? I'm watching this and thinking about why I haven't done it. I think I'm worried that nobody shows up for it. Am I alone in this? So really quick, this is a really common thing that you're going through here in terms of that anxiety before live streaming. My brother, he actually used to do, and he'd do live streams where he would bring people onto his streams. He's got like 100 and something thousand subscribers on his channel. And he's just like bringing on like, he's like, hey, you want to try streaming? And then, he would just invite people on just so they could kind of have the trial by fire type of thing. But one of the things when it comes to live streaming that you just have to remember is that people are pretty accepting of live streams because they don't expect like a fully edited video. They understand that you're live and that it's going to be real and that you might say something wrong and have to correct it. People understand that you might have some tech problems. When I started this stream, I don't even know how many streams I've done, but it's a monumental amount of streams on my channel and other channels. And like I've done just a huge amount of streams over my 10 years on YouTube. And when I started this stream today, I had the echo cancellation on my account and the audio was all garbly, right? So even with all that experience, like I still screwed up when I first started the live stream. So like when it comes to, you know, making mistakes or people not showing up, things like that, like now is the best time to just try it, because if nobody shows up, then in that particular case, it gives you the opportunity to like try streaming and, you know, get familiar with the technology and all of that stuff before you have a bunch of people watching. Because when you have a bunch of people watching, then it starts getting serious, because then it's like, oh, you know, I've got some people watching. So now if I screw up, then there's going to be more people to see it. So like right now, if you don't have people show up, it's kind of a blessing. The first live stream that I ever did was a thumbnail tutorial, and I had like 2 people show up, and I was like, holy cow, what's going on? Hey, you know, nice to see you in here. But I was doing that so I could learn how to live stream, and, you know, so that I could share with others how to live stream and all that. So, you know, if you are anxious about it, the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is to just give it a shot. And when it comes to that, just a few things to keep in mind is that you can do your first stream on YouTube. I mean, you can do as many streams you want unlisted on your YouTube channel. Or you can use something like StreamYard, where you can just like stream, you know, just practice the thing without actually even going live, because it's just feeding through there and giving you the live preview. So if you do an unlisted stream on your YouTube channel, then you can get familiar with how it works on their side, on YouTube side. But then nobody's going to see the stream because it's unlisted. But if you want to share the link with some friends so they can give you some feedback on the audio and things like that, then you can do that. But you definitely have options. And I just want you to know that everybody has, you know, those feelings. Like when I first went live, it was the same way with me. I'm like, oh, I kind of hoped nobody would come in. But then, you know, after that, I didn't go live for quite some time. And then the next live stream that I did after that, I was just testing the mobile option, because YouTube rolled out the mobile live streaming. And when they rolled that out, Brian G. Johnson was like, hey, do you have this feature? And I was like, I do. I'm going to go live. And then, you know, I got hooked at that time because I actually had people come in. And then, you know, I've been live streaming ever since. But yeah, the best thing that I can recommend is just rip off the Band-Aid, right? And go for it. Yeah, that's good. You can also use tools like TubeBuddy. You can also just go to YouTube autocomplete. So basically just go to YouTube search bar and start typing in around the subjects that you talk about. And then YouTube's just going to show you, you know, a bunch of different, you know, ways that people are looking for things. So you can just match, and you can be like, this is how I'm thinking about it. What about other people? Are they thinking about it this way too? And it just starts to give you some data or just some information to let you know, other people are thinking of it in a similar way. Yeah, you came in the middle of something, create and relate. So today's actually about Black Friday. And the whole front of the stream was talking about Black Friday deals that are going on right now. And then I was asked to do a quick, you know, walkthrough of some TubeBuddy stuff. And I was doing that. And then Eddie mentioned that they had, you know, were just having some trouble. So I just, you know, pulled them up real quick just to, you know, see if, you know, if I could help in any way. And then we just went through that. And then now we're just kind of hanging out. Let's see here. Oh, we have David Foster in here. Oh yeah, David, what's up, dude? He says it does get easier because you start to know exactly what to do when there are issues, etc. Yep, absolutely. I know, right? Oh, goodness. Let's see here. You're on the lookout for a new lens. So for lenses, who did that? I think Sean Cannell. I mean, he didn't do it, but somebody on his team did a Black Friday video. And there's a bunch of, I don't know if they have lenses in there, but I know they have cameras, but you might want to check that stream. It's over on Think Media. Let's see here. I'm just looking through to see if we have any questions on any of this stuff. See here. It says, I didn't realize what Nick just shared. The first line is shared with our channel. Yep. Yeah. So there's actually tools you can use for this. Like, for example, let's see if I can find them really quick. A developer friend of mine actually shared these with me, and I'm not sure if they still work, because I haven't had to use them in a while. But yeah, I'm gonna if they do, I'm gonna show you something that's just gonna blow your mind here. Let's see, and then the debugger here. Okay, so Yoga Bliss Dance. So I'm going to go to your YouTube channel, and we are going to grab your URL, and we're going to see what happens here. Okay, so this first one, I'm going to put your YouTube channel in here. We're going to hit debug and we're going to see what comes up. So this right here, somebody shares your YouTube channel out onto Facebook. This is what it's going to look like. So here, yours says Yoga Bliss Dance. So they know it's something about yoga. And then it says, I coach high vibe women on holistic wellness, chakras, meditation, right? So that's what it looks like when somebody shares your channel out to Facebook. Let's see if the Twitter one still works, because I don't know if he screwed it up when he bought X. We're going to see. Okay, so this is moved to Tweet Composer. So let me take this down, and then I'm going to see if I can see what's up over here. Okay, yeah, so that one, yeah, that one doesn't seem to work now. Yeah, I'd have to explore that on the Twitter side. But yeah, it used to do the same exact thing for Twitter. But yeah, so I'll share this in the chat for anybody that wants this. If you just kind of want to see, you might have to sign up for a developer account with Facebook. But then you can just kind of share yours and get an idea. Or, I mean, technically, you can just go to your Facebook page and just kind of share it, and then, you know, share it privately, and then you'll see what it looks like there. But the I just shared it in here. But basically, with that, just kind of lets you know, kind of what people see when other people share your content out. David, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I've got some other apps coming too. So I've got another app for new content creators, just to kind of help give them all the information they need when getting started, and tools. You know, I got like a content planner and stuff in there for them. I've got a CRM coming out for content creators, for more experienced content creators. With that one, it basically just keeps track of all of your creator contracts or contacts, and it's broken down into 3 groups. One is content creators, another one is brands, and the third is, hold on, let me open it up, viewers. So like, as you get to know viewers, you have that section as well. But basically with this particular one, in addition to keeping track of people and showing a card for people, it also is going to keep track of links as well. So like, for example, let's say you and I made a video like we've done in the past, then in that particular case, let me scroll down here really quick. There you go. So like, let's say that like you and I did a video, then I add that video to your account in there, and I just share it directly from YouTube, and it goes into your account. And then it shows up in a link list. So then I can have that link list to where I can just share directly out into Twitter or whatever. So I can, like, more regularly share out podcasts and videos and things like that, from the collaboration standpoint, just from a link list of seeing all of that stuff. And it's all attributed or connected to the contact in the contact list as well. And then on the brand side, it helps you be able to share all of the content and all the mentions all over the internet that you do for that brand. And then you're going to be able to download a CSV and then be able to give that to a brand to where you're able to share all the mentions and things like that as well. But that's, working on that one after the new creator one, but I've already got the foundation for it. And then I've also got another one that is a teleprompter app also, to where basically it's here, I can actually just share the screen to show you this one real quick. Oops, didn't mean to hit that. Kind of giving you some insights on some stuff that's coming. The teleprompter and the CRM one's going to take some time to get to, but right here, let's stop the current screen. Go to Window, Share, add it to the stage. Go to the app view. Bam. Yeah. So like with this one, and again, this one's another one that I have kind of the nuts and bolts to. So basically, if we go into it. Oops, that's the new creator one, script cam. Yeah, so like with this one, you go, you add your script in there, which I just repeated a bunch of stuff in here just because, again, it's in dev mode. But basically, when you go in, you have the script, and then you hit record, and then you can sit there. Just so you know, we stream every Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern, answering your questions. So if you need help, feel free to swing by, blah, blah. But this one's going to take a while because there's some, like, more difficult technology that I'm going to, and then it saves it to your phone too. But with this particular one, it's got some more advanced stuff that I have to do to it that I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to pull off in the way that I want. So that one's probably going to take a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one next or the CRM. Not sure, but yeah, that's some stuff that's kind of in the pipeline, so to speak. Let's see here. 4K. Okay, so really quick, somebody said that they're going to get a 4K setup. Okay, so I was going to get a 4K setup, but found Topaz Video AI upscales 1080p to 4K and looks indistinguishable from native 4K. So I'm saving the money. Yeah, those types of things are okay, but then you're going to have to like pay for those services and like all of those things, and that's going to ultimately end up adding up to the price of a camera anyway. So you might as well just go ahead and get a 4K camera, and then that's also going to make you work more efficiently because, you know, when it comes to everything, you know, time is money also. Because every minute that you're spending transferring footage and uploading footage to that, waiting for it to process, bringing it back down, all that stuff. Or if it's software based, you know, having it process everything and all of that, you could have just, you know, recorded it into the camera and then you could already be editing it all, you know, without having to do that. So, I mean, use those, you know, if that's what you want to do. But I just think it's, you know, from an efficiency standpoint, like you can get a 4K camera now, you know, for pretty reasonable prices. So if you are wanting to do 4K, I would just do it natively in camera if you can. Let's see here. Absolutely, sir. Yes, we are. Yeah, Ed, we're going to be doing the, we're doing Nimin Live tomorrow. Absolutely. All right, well, I'm going to call this a wrap here. And if you are just joining us, we did talk, I just kind of went off the rails here for the last like probably hour, but the first hour, I was going through like all the tools and things like that. I had asked if anybody, you know, had any requests for demos on anything, and I just got one for like a quick demo on some TubeBuddies features that I did. But you know, besides that, I was going to do some more, but you know, nobody really had any questions about anything. So because of that, you know, I didn't. But definitely, it looks like Roberto is going to be doing a Black Friday stream in 2 hours as well. So just keep an eye out for that on Roberto's channel. Make sure you go subscribe to Roberto also if you have not yet. He's going to be doing that. So if you are wanting to hang out some more streams, he's going to be sharing some stuff over there as well. But have a fantastic weekend. We are going to be doing Nimin Live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, where we're answering your YouTube questions. If you've never seen it before, it's an entire 3-hour session where we just answer questions after questions after question, while throwing in some just, you know, antics between my brother and myself, where we just talk about, you know, random stuff. So we just, you know, have a good time while answering your YouTube questions. But I invite you to come and join and hang out, especially if you are somebody that does have a lot of questions about what it is that you're doing on YouTube. We'd love to, you know, help you solve those problems. So have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. And if I do see you tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. And one quick reminder as well, if you, just in case you're just joining us, I do have a link to all of the Black Friday deals that we discussed at the top of the live stream chat. So just make sure to check that out so that you can see the live stream deals that we talked about today. See if there's anything in there that you need or that you will find helpful. So have a great rest of your day.
Hit the sub button, hit the like button. If you're having fun, comment, type something. If you're laying back, leaning in, engage. Just take a second, just smash the whole page.